This is Western Fashion Behind the Scenes, hosted by the Boot Babes. In this podcast, we delve deep into the world of Western fashion, exploring its history, trends, and the people who make it happen. With cowgirls once again taking the spotlight, we bring you stories from the industry's most fascinating characters. Saddle up and join us as we ride into the wild west of fashion. And now here's your host.
Hey, it's Ashley, your host, the Boot Babe, and we are live on Western Fashion Behind the Scenes with Elizabeth Dryden. Welcome, Elizabeth.
Thank you. How are you, Ashley?
I'm doing really good. I'm excited because you are a fine artist who has been able to collaborate with brands and create some really cool products. Tell me about what you've got going on.
Okay, so I do contemporary Western art, mixed media, original pieces, and it's kind of led me down a path that I wasn't really expecting to go down. About 2 years ago, I was approached by Dixon Boots, who was a custom boot company. They wanted to branch off and do a commercial line, and I was able to design their first pair of women's cowgirl boots, the yellow rose. And it was really fun. And I mean, I wasn't used to thinking of three-dimensionally. I've just been doing paintings, which is 2D. So it was fun to think of how is this boot going to look from every angle and just the colors and the textures. And I use a lot of metallic in my artwork, and I was able to use some metallic leather in the boots. And so that was a really fun project for me. And then just recently, I did some work for Double D Ranchwear, which is located, their flagship stores in Fort Worth, and they're out of Yoakum, Texas. They're sisters, and they just have the most fabulous Western clothing. So that's really exciting to be able to be working with them as well.
Yay. When can we find your stuff for Double D?
So I just completed a few things for them, a few pieces, big paintings for them that they're going to incorporate, hopefully in the future, into some clothing pieces. And then they also want me to design their 2024, 2025 spring, summer line. I can't talk too much about it, but that is something that's in the pipeline with them. So I'm excited to think of some ideas for that one.
Yay, that's so exciting. And I can't wait. What's your favorite Double D pieces right now? Are you wearing Double D?
No, this is actually a Kate Spade Western dress that I got several years ago, but I have this amazing Wild and Woolly jacket that was seen quite a bit at the NFR this year, but it's just this really furry jacket with, I guess it's lamb's fur on the sleeves and then leather and fringe. And so they just have some really fun items.
I love that. So tell me, let's go back to the boots a little bit. Tell me how those boots fit. Are they true to size for you, or what size do you wear?
I actually wear a 9.5, but I have to downsize a whole size to an 8.5. They do run a little bit big, but they feel so comfortable. They're like house boots or house shoes. I just wear them everywhere, and they can be worn with anything. Obviously, they're a short boot, and I think we're going to work on a tall boot sometime soon.
Yeah, because you love tall boots.
Yeah, I do.
I love that. Tell me, did you grow up loving fashion? Did you grow up as a cowgirl? Tell me a little bit about how you grew up.
I'm a sixth-generation Texan. I grew up here in Dallas. I grew up riding horses, but I did English dressage and jumping and things like that. But our family also has a farm in Waxahachie where we did do some Western riding there. I just love being out in the country. Dallas is just way too citified for me, and I always loved going out there. And as far as being Western, I took a trip to Marfa, Texas in 2015, and it really changed my whole direction of my art career and doing more of the Old West meets the New West combination with my paintings. And that's been a real adventure just to see where that goes. I have a lot of Old West. My ancestor is Buffalo Bill Cody, so that's kind of fun. And then I love fashion, and I used to work at the flagship Neiman Marcus for a long time. And so that was really fun we got to meet Zach Posen would come in, and the designers were always coming in that store because it's the flagship. And that was really fun.
That's incredible. Who do you admire, and who have you used as a role model?
So I used to really love Alexander McQueen and how he would take kind of dark subjects, but mix them together with beautiful and feminine. And it's that combination of strength and beauty together, I think is really cool. And that's kind of what I try to do with my art. And in the Wild West, you can still be beautiful and feminine, but you're also tough and fierce. And so I really like the two going together.
Yeah. Where do you see yourself in 5 years from now? What are your goals, and who do you want to collaborate with?
I'm super excited about the Double D Ranchwear collaboration. And that's a few years out. Actually, 2024 is almost here, but this will be the end of 2024. And then I just really want to get into some more galleries. Right now I'm at Texas Treasures Fine Art, and then also Western Gallery in Austin, and then Lovett's Gallery in Tulsa. And I'd like to get more over towards the west, like Colorado, Wyoming, Montana, up that way. So the sky's the limit.
Yeah, for sure. You'll have to go on a little road trip. Speaking of road trips, I
Yeah.
heard that you're a long distance dater.
Yes, I am dating a wonderful man in Colorado who used to be a bronc rider professionally for 20 years. So that's really cool and giving me a lot of inspiration for my paintings. And I just love all the fringe and the leather and the bucking Mustangs. It's just really cool.
Yeah, the romance of the West, right?
Yes.
I love that. Well, Elizabeth, it's been great to have you on today. There's so many people out there that are listening to this podcast and they are trying to figure out how do they quit their full-time job and how do they do whatever they love? What would you say to those people? And tell me a little bit about your path to that.
Yeah, my path to that was kind of not really planned. I had always wanted to do it full time, but it took a pandemic to force me out of my old job and just to focus on my art full time. And I was scared to death, but you just have to have faith. I have put my faith in God and that He's not going to let me down and will direct my path. And you just stay focused and treat it as a full time job, and you'll get there.
Yeah, I love that. Well, thank you. I appreciate those words.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for being on today. We'll catch up with you. Your next show is Art of the Cowgirl?
Yes, it's Art of the Cowgirl, and that is the middle of January. So I think it starts January 17th. So that will be in Queen Creek, Arizona.
All right. Well, we'll be excited to catch up with you there.
Awesome. Thanks, Ashley. Good to see you.
Yes, good to see you. This is Ashley on Western Fashion Behind the Scenes. If you enjoyed what you heard today, go like and share this podcast. And you can find Elizabeth Dryden. Where can we find you?
You can find me online. Probably Instagram is the best way. Elizabeth Dryden Fine Art. My website is elizabethdrydenart.com. Or you can email me, elizabethdrydenfineart@gmail.com.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Elizabeth.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to Western Fashion Behind the Scenes, hosted by the Boot Babes. If you want to stay up to date with the latest in Western fashion, make sure to subscribe to our show and follow us on social media. We'd love to hear your feedback and suggestions for future episodes, so feel free to reach out. Until next time, keep rocking those cowboy boots.